This presentation examines contributing factors to motivation. We've all sat in that class or done that assignment that we really didn't see having much meaning or purpose. Unfortunately, if you don't find meaning, relevance, and purpose to an assignment, a reading passage, a demonstration, or activity that you do in class, it's going to be very difficult for you to pay attention and stay focused, which really is motivation. When you encounter those situations, try to come up with personal examples that will help you apply that information to real life and help you see why that particular activity or assignment was included in that class. Self-esteem and confidence are very impactful on your motivation. When you feel badly about yourself and you don't have the confidence in your skills and abilities, it's very difficult for you to persist and stay motivated. You need to keep that in check. Success breeds success. It also helps you build an arsenal or a toolbox to combat those negative feelings that come when your confidence gets shaken. So make sure that you're paying attention to how you feel about yourself and how you rate your own skills and talents and abilities in terms of the tasks that you pursue. By building that confidence and improving your self-esteem, you really can keep your motivation at a much higher level. When you can assess and evaluate your knowledge and understanding, you have a much better chance, again, of paying attention, maintaining your focus, and when you're doing both of those, you're motivated to learn. One of the reasons your instructors ask you to read assignments before you come to class or to do homework is because those ideas and concepts help build that facility of prior knowledge that you can draw from in the next class period. When you can reawaken and connect that prior knowledge to the new information that's being presented in a class activity or a lecture, you're much more interested in the topic. Therefore, you're much more likely to be motivated to learn and to pay attention and focus. Motivation has an extrinsic reward and an intrinsic reward. Extrinsic is something that someone else can provide for you. It may be a prize, it could be an award, recognition, applause, your paycheck. Any of those kinds of things are called extrinsic rewards that affect your motivation. Intrinsic rewards are more things like pride and confidence and self-esteem. It's important for you to understand what your incentives and rewards are. If you participate in a task that does not have an incentive or reward that's meaningful to you, perhaps you're more motivated by intrinsic versus extrinsic rewards, it's going to be difficult for you to stay interested, to persist, and complete the task. But if you participate in something that really has a meaningful incentive and reward to you, you're much more likely to finish it, to complete it, to feel satisfied, to feel happy, and reach that final reward. Being assertive is different than being aggressive. And when you can assert yourself with others, you really can maintain a much stronger level, not only of motivation, but of self-esteem and confidence. It helps you to be able to say no or yes, depending on the situation. It allows you to not feel embarrassed or humiliated to ask for what you want or for help. It also helps you build risk-taking behavior as well. There's a very unrealistic perspective of how one achieves success. Too often people see the left side of the screen where success is a very simple straight line where you get from point A to point B. Unfortunately, the reality of success is much more like the right side of the screen, where you put the time and effort in, but in the middle, all kinds of stuff happens, whether it's life, or you experience failure, or you do a million and one tasks. But eventually, you're going to get to that success, but you need to realize that it's not going to be simple, it's not going to be easy. It takes work, it takes effort, and you're going to hit bumps along the way. So it's important to have workable and realistic goals. It's also important to have those goals set at an achievable level. If they're set too high, you're going to get frustrated and not want to work to get to them. If they're set too low, you're not going to care about them. They're going to be meaningless, and you're not going to work to achieve them there either. This is a visualization or inspiration board. And what this helps you do is helps you visualize positive outcomes. You can take pictures and put them on a bulletin board or just make a collage like this to always remind you of what you're shooting for. It always reminds you of that end result or outcome that you want to reach as a result of your efforts. When you can visualize those and you have that concrete picture, it really helps you when you have those bad days or those negative moments where you feel like you're not going to be able to keep moving forward. It really can re-energize your motivation levels. Just as important as visualization is an affirmation. Your inner critic has a very loud voice. What you need to do to combat it is use these affirmations that help you reinforce that you're valuable, you're worthy, you have skill, you have talent. You may not get this from any other outside sources. So in order for you to eliminate that negative self-talk and those self-defeating thoughts that you might have, you need to use these affirmations so that you can maintain your motivation and keep always moving forward. Equally important is fighting your inner defender, the one that always blames people, makes excuses, or complains. When you can eliminate those excuses and you can really fight off that inner defender, you can take all of your time and energy and you can focus it on paying attention to your goals and all of the tasks you need to complete to reach those goals. It keeps you motivated. When you dwell on those excuses and the blame game, it's very easy to get caught up in that and lose yourself in that negativity and lose your motivation. In conclusion, you have a lot of choices to make about your own motivation. No one can do it for you. You're the only person who can motivate yourself. So you need to make choices and decisions that will help you maintain that incentive, that reward, and that outcome that you see is important and meaningful and relevant to you. If you hit obstacles along the way, you need to be flexible and adaptable so that you can stay on that path, get back on that path, and reach your goals.